Corby Otis. We were joking about that during the pregame show of the way some of these names are spelled. You kind of want to, like Kendra Falby is F-A-L-B-Y. Kowalewski starts with a K, so it's all these unique pronunciations. But Corby Otis will bat second and be the left fielder. Jocelyn Erickson will bat third and the catcher. A team that averaged almost 8 runs per game in the regular season, trying to win 2 and work their way through the losers bracket to the championship series. Here we go. Kelly Maxwell stares in. Skylar Wallace digs in. The first pitch is a ball up and in. First pitch time of 1:06 in the Central Time Zone. Wallace's season average is at .411, and she is an absolute thief on the base paths. There's a ball that's a little bit in, and not the ideal start with the way that Skylar Wallace has been swinging it, falling behind 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, we talked about this a lot yesterday, Plank, of this is a Florida team that offensively, they take a lot of pitches. And walk numbers weren't massive yesterday.
There's a strike. Took a little off. Walk numbers weren't high, but you don't want to be falling behind in counts.
I said they weren't high. They were 5. I think I thought it was lower than that. But so important to work ahead, especially the way that Florida's been aggressive in swinging the bat.
2-1, just misses on the lower edge, ball 3.
Yeah, and we heard Coach Gasso talk about it, of taking better swings and hitters counts. That's something Florida did a really good job of yesterday.
Sooner outfield is deep. Well off the line in left field is Riley Boone. Even with the bag is Brito at third. The 3-1 from Maxwell is ball 4.
And that's an outside pitch. I can hear Sooner fans unhappy about the call, but it was a ball.
Here's Corby Otis, the transfer out of Louisville, out of Littleton, Colorado. She went to Columbine High School.
I saw that.
Proud of her hometown, and obviously the incredible tragedy at Columbine. They have recovered as the first pitch to Otis is high. What you see?
Nothing. I want to see Kinsey Hansen at some point. Seeing how this next pitch goes, I want to see her go out and settle down Maxwell.
Kelly's a little juiced right now.
Yeah, got to set the tone here early.
We'll watch Wallace if she's going. She is, and his ball 2 is low. 6 pitches so far from Maxwell, 5 of them balls. 2-0, big time hitters count here for Otis. Be smart, Kelly. Oh, she swung at ball 3, 2 balls and a strike.
Huge hack. 2-0, and I like, it was a ball, but it was a pretty quality pitch coming from Maxwell. Still have a conversion count here, 2 balls and a strike. Got to make a pitcher's pitch here because that was a hack from Corby Otis.
This is a count where they like to get active. 2 balls and a strike. We'll see if Wallace is feeling frisky here early. The 2-1 pitch. She isn't going. It's a ground ball to short. Jennings to second for 1 to first. Safe. Otis just beat it out. Nearly a 6-4-3 double play. Good stretch by Sid Sanders. It gives you an idea of just how fast this Florida team is. That's probably a double play against 90% of the teams in college softball, but not against this Florida team.
Really good turn from Avery Hodge at second. It was quick, it was smooth.
Here's the first pitch to Jocelyn Erickson, and 3 straight hitters, 3 straight balls to start a count. Not ideal.
Well, and so much of Maxwell's success against UCLA was just her efficiency. Working ahead, getting to 1-2, 0-2 counts quickly.
Here's the 1-0. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Otis, by the way, not nearly as effective stealing bags as Skylar Wallace, but still very good. Wallace is 37 of 40 on the season, 14 of 15. So efficient, but not as often for Otis. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to the Florida catcher. Sooner transfer, and Erickson hits one deep to right field, and it is long gone. Kelly Maxwell left one up. Erickson made her pay, and it's 2-0 Florida.
You just got to work ahead. I mean, we've kind of said it since the first batter of this inning. You've got to work ahead. And Jocelyn Erickson doing what she's done all year. I mean, she's a heck of a ball player. Sooner fans know that. But here's the beauty of it. A lot of game left, but it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, Florida right now is 6 for 7 in scoring every single inning, and it doesn't matter what pitcher is out there. So got to find a way to adjust.
This is, the Sooners have played now 4 games in the Women's College World Series, and they have now fallen behind in 3 of the 4 games. First pitch, strike to Reagan Walsh. This is what you were hoping Oklahoma would do in that top half of the first inning yesterday. As Florida says, all right, we're going to be around today. We're not just tapping out. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Walsh. Strike 2. A little bit more like Kelly.
Yes, work ahead. Work ahead.
Sometimes, as weird as it sounds with Kelly Maxwell, giving up a big hit kind of wakes her up. You just hope it's not too late. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Center field. Jada Coleman's got a beat on it. Makes the catch. That'll be 2 outs. By the way, the 2-run home run by Erickson, if there is one thing that it has done, it's the first 2 runs that Florida has scored with less than 2 outs. It's Oklahoma. All 9 runs yesterday came with 2 outs, and here's Katie Kistler. Kistler homered here on Thursday night, the only run that Florida had against Oklahoma State, and at the time, the only hit. First pitch a little bit up, ball 1. Two-run first inning home run from Erickson. Florida up 2-0. Bit of a wild, erratic start for Maxwell. Here's the 1-0. There's strike 1.
A little bit of a change of speeds from Maxwell. It's good location. Again, giving up the cricket number early. You hate to see it, but you move on. I mean, Rothrock in the circle. I like the Sooners' odds.
1-1 misses up. 2 balls and a strike. Kistler against the Sooners in the first inning walked. She was 0 for 2, but reached twice on a walk, stranded both times. Here's the 2-1 from Kelly Maxwell. That's popped up on the infield. Avery Hodge with a nice cloudy sky above her makes the catch. And Kelly Maxwell works around a tough start. The 2-run home run from Jocelyn Erickson gives Florida a 2-zip lead as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Coleman, Jennings, Parker to lead things off for the Sooners. OU in an early 2-zip hole. Along with DJ Sanchez, I'm Chris Plank. Our producer back in the Learfield studios out of Jeff City, Missouri is Jacob Smith. And we appreciate everyone who's tuned in as Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway, and the presenting sponsor of the Women's College World Series. It's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care. Don't try to do too much of the plate.
Yes, and answer back yesterday, and I'm going to quit talking about yesterday, but I mean, this feels very similar, right? Florida got off to a quick start early and never looked back. And so it's so important offensively, and my key, apply pressure. Sounds very broad, right? But not a lot of pressure applied in the top of the first to start this game in the circle from Kelly Maxwell. This is where the offense has got to step up and make the Gators feel them. Do not let Florida take control of this game.
First pitch way outside, ball 1 to Jada Coleman. And I mean, almost the moment Coleman steps to the plate, the wind starts howling out towards left field. They were able to unfurl the flag in center field. Coleman takes a strike on that outer edge. So how do you change up the game plan, too, if you're Rothrock today?
Yeah. And
thinking about Chelsea Dobbins, their young pitching coach.
You know, one thing that Rothrock didn't have to do a ton yesterday was change speeds.
Coleman has a good cut, fouls it off.
Yeah, so I feel like that's something that she's going to have to pull out of her pocket earlier. We saw it about the 5th inning on yesterday, but she's going to have to pull that out earlier to try to keep the Sooners off balance and use it in hitters' counts as well.
Coleman behind the ball and 2 strikes. The pitch Ooh, cold strike 3 on a ball that Coleman was getting out of the way of. And that was a strike on the inside edge.
Yeah, that was a strike. And I think that Coleman just got fooled. I think she was looking out. I think she was looking for something different. I mean, it's a strike all day, unfortunately.
And if that's a strike for Kelly Maxwell, that's a good sign, too.
Absolutely.
That inside edge to the left-handed hitters. Here's the first pitch to TRA, and that's a strike.
And playing kind of right on cue when you were talking about what does Rothrock need to do differently. She lived on the outside corner yesterday, so I think that was why you kind of saw Jada Coleman. She was hunting something different.
1 is out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Just underway, 2-zip Florida after a 2-run first-inning home run from Jocelyn Erickson. Jennings, 376 average, and she pops this one deep and foul down the right field line, out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. After yesterday's game, and with her home run, Jennings, 444 average in the Women's College World Series. She's 4 for 9 with 2 home runs. The 1-2 down the right field line, slicing out of play. Still filing in. It'll be a little under capacity, but that can be expected with the unique start time. Yeah, tickets yesterday. They're good for today. At least of the Sooner game. Pitch clock is at 7. The 1-2 is reached and fouled away.
It's a good job by Jennings getting rid of that pitch. Questionable on whether it was a strike or not, but good work on the outside half.
And don't leave anything to chance.
No, I mean, I'm not going to lie. Strike zones have been a little inconsistent. That pitch yesterday, nowhere near a strike for either side. But today, strike zone a little bit more forgiving.
1-2 is ripped down the left field line. Foul. I mean, Jennings smoked it.
Pitch up in the zone. Terry Jennings is seeing the ball about as well as she can right now. I mean, there is nothing that has her off balance.
She leads OU with 24 home runs, 68 runs batted in, 66 and 14 doubles heading into the World Series. The 1-2, she has a big cut and fouls that back. That number of home runs has grown. Well, actually still at 24, I apologize. But if it grows by 2 more, she'll tie Jocelyn Allo's record of 12 home runs in her World Series career. She has 10. And ball 2 misses low and in.
Really good take. I'm just loving watching Tiare Jennings and her approach the plate right now. I mean, it's so methodical with everything that she's doing. You can just see the plan in every pitch that she sees.
The 2-2 pitch. Rounded this one foul. She really seems locked in.
Yes.
Now let's see her either on first base or on second or on third or making her play around the base paths.
Any of those will do.
Ella Parker waits on deck. Two-two pitch. No ball 3.
Just a good at-bat. And Rothrock threw over 125 pitches yesterday, getting deep into counts early.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. Jennings grounds it up the middle into center field, a base hit. Jennings rounds first. She's on her way to second. She'll slide in with a 1-out double.
Such a good at-bat. A veteran at-bat, a leader at-bat. Big time coming from Tiare.
If every at-bat is like that today, Toby Rowland, I might have to tag you in about the 4th inning. I don't know if my nerves can take it. Here comes Ella Parker.
Now this is where Oklahoma struggled yesterday. Runners in scoring position, timely hitting.
First pitch to Parker, low and away, ball 1. Boy, the Sooner crowd is into it.
Well, if that at-bat doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what's going to get you fired up today, because I love seeing a home run, but that at-bat in itself was big time.
1-0 is laser deep to center field. We are tied. Ella Parker bums one over the center field wall, and it's 2-2. We'll see your home run. We'll match you a 2-run home run.
Ella Parker had a day yesterday and saw Rothrock well, but this is what this team has got to do. Answer, apply pressure, and Keegan Rothrock is feeling it in the circle right now. Again, some pitches yesterday hit hard that didn't fall. We've seen 2 really hard hit balls here to start this ball game.
Home runs this season have been presented and proudly brought to you by the dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. Here's Alyssa Brito, chalk up home run number 13 on the season for Ella Parker. First pitch to Brito is low and in, ball 1. There was a buzz around the team getting off the bus. A 1-0 pitch to Brito is outside, ball 2. DJ Sanchez and I were there. They were blaring Eminem. DJ looked at me and said, they're playing Eminem. It's going to be a good day. Big pitch here, the 2-0 to Brito. She takes strike 1. Didn't like it.
And those are the types of pitches, and I can kind of see as I'm watching the replay and the look on Brito's face. That's the type of pitches that Coach Gass was talking about in the pregame. 2-0, a pitch that caught a lot of plate. You got to attack.
2-1 is lined down the right field line, fair into the corner. Off to second goes Brito. The throw is not in time. It's a 1-out double into the right field corner by Brito. And here's Kinsey Hansen.
What I love about the doubles coming from Jennings and Brito, just absolute hustling plays. You got Brito hitting a ball down the right field line, stretching it into a double. Same thing from Jennings earlier, getting into scoring position, and the Sooners are starting to pass the bat.
Chelsea Dobbins has made her way out to the circle. First-year pitching coach for Florida. Tim Walton brings his entire infield together.
This is that pressure. The Gators never felt this yesterday. Oklahoma put up 3 runs, but it was never having that intensity feel, that past the bat attack feel. The Sooners are attacking here early in this game.
They're trying to find Ella's mom. She's holding up the Sweet Baby barbecue sauce. Ella Parker's nickname is Sweet Baby, according to her mom. The ultimate authority in nicknames, and she just got a souvenir. All right, meeting's over. Back to action. 2-2 game. Here's Kinsey Hansen. Brito at second. First pitch. Hansen takes the ball inside. Pickering waits on deck. Hansen at a 4.09 average on the season. Takes a strike, a little bit out.
That's a good take. You can just see Hansen, not what she's looking for.
She's 4 for 9 in the Women's College World Series, has driven in 4 runs. That average at 444. Here's the 1-1. Hansen takes ball 2 low. Cassidy Pickering, as we mentioned, waits on deck. Big hitters count here for Hansen. 5 on the action clock, still spinning the ball. 2 on the action clock. The pitch, ball 3. There is no activity in the Florida pen because they don't really have anyone.
And we've talked about it a lot, but I think Florida, Stanford as well, showing the importance of needing a staff.
Here's the 3-1 pitch to Hansen. Had a good cut, popped it foul, out of play down the right side. Good crowd that's ended up filing in on a Tuesday early afternoon.
A lot of people skipping work.
Wouldn't blame them. A lot of people doing that as well on the shout-outs today. Boy, this is a long wait. Yeah, I was going to say, she's at 10 seconds, and Rothrock still hasn't come to the belt. I mean, reset that action clock. We watched it a little bit more the last few games. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Almost hit her. Ball 4.
And if you're Florida, I mean, we've talked about it so much. They are living and dying by Rothrock's arm. I mean, they've got Ava Brown in the stables, but has not seen a significant amount of time. You can just see that there's not a ton of confidence in anybody else that they've got in their bullpen.
Here's the freshman, Cassidy Pickering. First and second, 1 out. First pitch, outer edge, strike 1. Pickering in the Women's College World Series is just 1 for 7. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the freshman, outside. You don't want to waste this momentum on just tying this game up. Pickering has been, even though a few struggles in the World Series, one of the best hitters in the NCAA tournament. Second on the team with 3 home runs. The 1-1 is outside, ball 2. Brito at second, Hansen at first. We're in the bottom of the first inning, excuse me. 2-2 game. Just feels like we've been here for a whole inning already. 2-1 is a strike on a pitch that looked a little bit low.
Yeah, it's very similar to the pitch she just took. Honestly, I think the pitch before was a little closer. Jocelyn Erickson pulling it up into the zone.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Pickering. Rothrock rocks, fires, grounded back up the middle. Wallace will step on the bat for 1 and turn 2.
Man.
Skylar Wallace makes a big play the Gators needed. Buckle up. It's going to be a gut-wrenching day here in Oklahoma City. The Sooners counter-punch, tie this game at 2 as we head to the second. Sooner Radio Network, we love to hear where you're listening from. The best way to get in touch with the booth is by sending us a text at OU on the air. That's at OU on the air. Appreciate everyone who is already checked in throughout the day. We'll scroll through more of those as the show rolls on, but it's our buddy Stephen York first in. Doug Hamilton down in Hockley, Texas. Saw Charisse, who has been regular with us. In Austin, Mickey and Nick in Sugarland. Larry and his St. Pete Soonered in. David Goodman, Lake of the Ozarks. Kevin Baird is tuned in section 103. Tommy Gallegos, Debbie and J.O. Parker, Wheelchair Mama in Vernon, Illinois. Gunny's in the house. Chris Emerson up in Jinx. The mayor of Medill, Brandon Jacks, is tuned in. And the voice of the Sooners, Toby Rowland. Better be on my best behavior. We head to the second, tied at 2. And Ava Brown steps to the plate. DJ, this is where Kelly Maxwell has got to make some hay, if you will.
Yeah, and keep some momentum in the Sooners dugout. This is the first time you've really gotten the feeling in the first couple games, the first pitch misses outside, of the Sooners kind of feeling like Florida isn't in control of the game. I've said it over and over. Florida was in control of game 1 from start to finish yesterday.
Here's the 1-0. I missed a little bit up. 2-0. Yeah, a little bit up. Smaller zone for Ava up high. The freshman hitting just .244 on the season, but has 13 home runs. Maxwell's fallen behind. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch. Grounded foul down the first base line. A 2-run home run from Jocelyn Erickson and a 2-run home run from Ella Park. We're only in the second. Two balls and a strike. Long wait from Maxwell. She's ready. Stares in from the belt. Swing and a miss. Threw it right by her. 65 miles an hour. She did drive in a run yesterday against Oklahoma. Not trying to sound smarmy, but like who didn't? That RBI double in the third. She walked and scored a run in the fourth. The 2-2 pitch from Maxwell in the dirt, full count.
And I like the idea of the changing speeds. Maxwell's going to need that pitch throughout the game, but we need to see it be a little bit more deceptive. Work through the zone before it falls into the dirt.
Full count pitch. Maxwell from the belt. Rocks, fires, fouled off again. Looking at the Sooner faithful representing in the front row. See Kaylee Clifton, Shay Knighton's in the house. Jen Stewart, Pat?
I saw Stewart the other day.
Here's the full count pitch. Ball four. Maxwell walks the leadoff hitter again, and here's Ariel Kowalewski.
Again, we saw this against UCLA even, right? At the lower half of the lineup, and Florida's very similar to UCLA in that way, that the bottom half of their lineup is not real outstanding. So again, finally got some momentum in the Sooner dugout. Maxwell needing to find a way to not just nibble at the zone, but be effective.
Kowalewski, Ariel Kowalewski, the third baseman, fouls off the first pitch. Kudos to, and I give a lot of credit to Karen Johns. She is the former Florida coach, but has become the stat queen, if you will, of college softball. And she was the one that dug into the numbers. The former OU assistant had never beaten Patty Gasso until yesterday. The 0-1 pitch. Strike two.
I hope that stays a strike, because it hasn't been a strike all day.
What did you say whenever you saw Megan Reagan behind the plate?
Not appropriate to say on air.
Here's the 0-2, reaches and fouls it off.
Give it some time, though. Wait about the fifth, and I probably would say it on air.
Sooner Softball is brought to you by Coca-Cola. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Take a taste. Coca-Cola, official partner of the Sooners. 2-2 game, top of the second, runner at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Kowalewski, the third baseman, as Maxwell rocks, fires in the dirt.
Good job at Kinsey Hansen. Again, what has kind of been a norm for Kelly Maxwell, a lot of her misses are larger misses, although you can get away with that when you're ahead, no balls and two strikes.
About a strikeout.
I like where your head's at.
1-2, line drive pretty deep to right field, going back at the wall. It is gone. My goodness, Ariel Kowalewski matches the two-run homer in the first inning by Jocelyn Erickson. And after the Sooners fight back, Kowalewski stakes the Gators to a 4-2 lead. I thought for a moment that Pickering might have a play on it, but that is the second ball that has just been absolutely smashed.
You know, and I think the thing that a couple things I don't like about it. Number one, Kowalewski's the 7-hole, right? And on the season, hitting 300, but I think with all of that, it was a two-strike pitch, right? I talk so much about how important it is to get ahead in the count. There you are, a ball and two strikes, and then just laying a pitch flat. Very similar to the pitch we saw sit flat to Erickson as well.
First pitch, Mia Williams swinging a miss, strike one.
Buckle up, people. That's what it feels like today.
No one said it was going to be easy. By the way, Williams continues to struggle. Just a 167 hitter, was 0 for 2 yesterday. Maxwell misses low and away, 1-1.
And I feel like the message from Maxwell, just continue to battle. I think this offense has gotten to Rothrock. I think they got to Rothrock yesterday, honestly. So Sooners are going to score, but you just got to keep fighting.
1-1 is fouled back, a ball and two strikes. No action yet in the Sooner pen, but Coach Gasso did indicate all hands on deck. Everyone shook off what happened yesterday, and they'll be good to go if needed. See if Maxwell can't stabilize things here for OU. Down 4-2, top of the second, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch. Swing just got a piece of it.
I like that pitch location. We saw the changeup in the at-bat before to Kowalewski, and that same off-speed pitch just bounced about a foot in front of the plate. That's the same pitch, but you see it fall off the plate and have that better deception. That's the changeup Maxwell needs.
The 1-2 pitch, grounded foul down the third baseline. Congratulations to the Florida Gator baseball team. They came down here and beat Oklahoma State, and there's been some of the fans we saw had matriculated in from Stillwater to come spend an extra day to support the Gator softball team. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Maxwell. Foul back again. Good at bat going from the 8-hole hitter Mia Williams. Kendra Falby waits on deck.
I want to see a pitcher's pitch here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're seeing Williams really put good swings on pitches that if you're going to miss a little bigger, this is the time to do it in a pitcher's count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Try to extend the zone to get Williams to chase and not square something up like we're seeing her do on these foul balls.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch for Maxwell. Swing and a miss. 1 away. First strikeout of the game for Maxwell. Strikeouts brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's largest credit union.
And that's the off speed. It's going to be key. You can see in the way that Florida is swinging the bat. They're on time for the velo. So good to see that deceptive changeup coming in.
1 away. 9-hole hitter Kendra Falby slaps 1 foul down the third baseline. Falby had been 0 for 20 before her inside the park home run yesterday. Her last, I think that was, what do we encompass? 5 games on that? 6 games on that? Good hitter, 361 average. 1 ball, 1 strike as Maxwell misses with the 0-1 outside. (42) Florida, top of the second. Here comes the 1-1. Falby fouls it off. I think that kind of popped up and caught Hansen. K9's like, I'm good. If you're already like me and every so often peek ahead to the Sooners second, Riley Boone will lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 for the Sooners due up in the bottom of the second. Got a little work before we get there. 1-2 count to the 9-hole hitter, Kendra Falby. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout, second straight. Here's Skylar Wallace.
Nice little drop ball on the outside corner. Again, starting to see Kelly Maxwell expand the zone. Gotta love those 2-strike pitches.
Skylar Wallace hit 2 home runs here yesterday and walked in the first. Take strike 1 on a pitch. Little in, we'll take it. No balls and a strike. Wind picks up, blowing out towards left field. It's the dangerous Wallace. 0-1 is fouled right off the inside heel of Kinsey Hansen, who is a little bit slow moving around. So thankfully our home plate umpire Megan Rabin noticed it, goes and walks the ball out to Kelly Maxwell. So hoping we get a replay on that.
Yeah, it got her pretty good, right on above the kneecap. Ooh. On the inner side is what it looked like.
K9's back though. 0-2 pitch, be smart here. Up and away. Where are you throwing Skylar Wallace 1-2?
Up in her eyes. But I think one thing Wallace does, she's got such great bat control, but I'd really like either an off speed or something in up under the hands.
1-2, swing and a miss. Ball popped out of the glove of Hansen. No worries, she tags her out. Kelly Maxwell gives up the 2-1 home run to Kowalewski and then strikes out this side in impressive fashion. But the hole's been dug again for the Sooners. 2 runs on a hit And we head to the bottom of the second inning, 4-2. Florida leads Oklahoma. 4-2, the Sooners, after a 2-run home run in the top half of the second from third baseman Ariel Kowalewski, has given Florida back the lead. 3 2-run home runs in this game. One from Jocelyn Erickson, one from Ella Parker, one from Kowalewski, and Riley Boone will lead things off.
Answer back. Answer back.
Number 0, Riley Boone.
Boone, Sanders, and Hodge, with Jada Coleman waiting if anyone gets on base. First pitch to Boone is outside, ball 1. Kay Porter's down in Amarillo. Bobby Spencer in the land of Lincoln. Galen Kitch and Shirley have us tuned in. Sooner Judy, Las Vegas. All those shout outs in the third inning. Time is given to Riley Boone as there were 4 seconds on the pitch clock. She'd been in there for a minute. Well, now the pitch watch issue returns for Erickson. This is, I've called, let's see, Florida played the night game on Thursday. So I've called 1, 2, now I've called 4 Florida games this weekend. And in all 4 of them, Jocelyn Erickson has had to get a new pitch watch.
Here we go.
It's been an issue. And not just for Florida. I mean, Florida's had problems with it, but we've seen it in nearly every game this week.
The 1-0 catches the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Diane Birch, Mark Montgomery tuned in. Mark's actually driving today from Santa Fe, New Mexico to McKinney, Texas. You need to drive into the right field gap. Something. 1-1 misses low and away. 2-1. Actually, no. Go right center field. They are the right field line, Boone. There is nobody down the right field line. Kistler is playing in true right center field as Boone had a big cut and fouled it back.
Yeah, they had the shift on for Boone yesterday as well. And there were a couple times she took some pitches inside. You're kind of going, you've got your entire outfield shifted. Expect to see the ball outside.
Ground ball back up the middle. Cut off by Wallace. Throws to first. 1 away. 0 for 2 are the Sooners on getting their leadoff hitter aboard. And Boone is retired. Here's Sid Sanders. Trey Linda Kerr's got us on and more. Hey, Emily Snook, thanks for spreading the word. Slick Sooner. Randy Jordan is in Auckland, New Zealand. The Ruckmans are in Vandalia, Illinois. Sid Sanders digs in for the first pitch. A little bit low and in ball 1. Yeah, TV does that. TV controls our effects feed, and for some reason there's somebody back there that likes to play with the dial a lot, so they're constantly moving the audio up and down.
All right.
Sanders hammers one deep to left center field. If it's fair, it's gone. Oh, they said foul ball. That ball was destroyed down the left field line, and it was just foul. I mean, just foul. But it was foul. 1-1 count. They are deep for Sid Sanders. Rothrock, long wait here as she adjusts her pitch watch. 1-1, strike 2.
And that pitch looked pretty fat. Did not catch a corner. I'll say this, you said we've got listeners in Vandalia.
Yeah.
We're probably about the only 2 people
You know where Vandalia, Illinois
in the stadium, that know where Vandalia is.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Somebody had checked in from Norman late last night, originally from Roxanne. 2-2 pitch to Sanders, ball 3 low and in. Avery Hodge waits on deck.
Sooners have done a really good job in this game of making Rothrock throw a lot of pitches. I mean, she's worked, I think, of the 8 batters she's seen, I think 5 have gone deep into a count.
3-2, Sanders stays alive as she fouls it back. Looks like a group of firefighters were there on the concourse, and my man made a smooth catch right next to the ESPN set. I guess that's technically the ESPN SEC network set. 3-2 pitch to Sanders is a called strike 3. Sanders thought it was ball 4 on the inside edge. Here's Avery Hodge.
It was a strike very similar to the pitch we saw to Jada Coleman, but you've got to protect that pitch. And again, I really think we're seeing some of these Sooner hitters looking for something a little bit different, but you still, even if you're fooled, you got to find a way to protect with 2 strikes.
First pitch to Hodge is a strike. That looked a little bit out. But if that's going to be a strike for both sides, we'll take it.
Yes.
No balls and a strike to Avery Hodge. Jada Coleman waits on deck. First, the 0-1 pitch is low and away, ball 1. Sooners had runners at first and second with only 1 out in the first, and Cassidy Pickering grounded into an inning-ending double play. Florida responded with a 2-run home run to take a 4-2 lead. See if the Sooners can go with 2 outs here, starting with Hodge. The 1-1 is a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hodge steps out with her right foot, digs back in now. Open stance as she waits on the 1-2 pitch from Rothrock. Chops it to the right side. It gets away from Rothrock. The shovel is wild. Off to second goes Hodge.
Speed kills. And Avery Hodge taking a pitch that she didn't get a good piece of and kind of just finding no man's land and causing panic. That is what speed does. And a pretty good pitch from Rothrock that Hodges rolled over, but still finding a way to get something done. And you got to love seeing Avery Hodge being thrust into this position at the Women's College World Series and finding a way on base. She did it yesterday.
Center fielder number 24.
She stands at second as Jada Coleman digs in, a strikeout victim in the first. First pitch from Rothrock is a ball a little bit out. Florida scored all 9 of their runs yesterday with 2 outs. Coleman squares very early. In fact, Rothrock hasn't even looked at the plate yet. Now she does. The 1-0 is low and away, ball 2.
Good count here for Jada Coleman to be aggressive. And Coleman a couple opportunities yesterday with runners in scoring position. So again, just needing to find a way to get a job done here and not try to do too much.
Does have 12 home runs, but don't need the home run swing here. 2-0 is on that outer edge, 2-1. Jada's run up the box the last few times, showing a slap, at least motion. Now she stands firm. I say that, and she shows bunt again. Jennings waits on deck. Here's the 2-1. It is a bunt, and it's a beauty. Erickson picks it up, but no play. Oh, she tried to warn you. She tried to show you. Florida wasn't buying, and Coleman lays down the bunt. A little small ball from the Sooners. First and third. 2 outs for Tiare Jennings.
And I love it. Right, struck out to start this ball game. 0 for yesterday against the same pitcher, and then Jada Coleman doing something different. That's what you've got to do. The job is find your way on and manufacture runs. And the best part about it, pass the bat to Tiare Jennings, who's seeing the ball about as good as anybody in the country right now. I say in the country. At the World Series, there's only 4 teams. 3 teams left.
Only 3 now,
only
yeah.
3 teams left.
Had a fast one last night between Stanford and Texas, and Stanford really became their own worst enemy in the, what was that, the top of the 7th inning last night. Bottom of the 6th into the top of the 7th. Texas advanced with a 1-zip win. First and third, 2 outs. First pitch to Jennings. A little bit out, ball 1.
So I'm curious to see the approach here. Jocelyn Erickson behind the plate. Knows the first and third play about as good as anybody.
Speedy Wallace at short to try to run down Coleman, who's not going. Strike 1 to Jennings.
But it would also be really nice to see Jada Coleman find a way to get into scoring position here.
First and third, 2 outs for Jennings. They are playing her deep and shaded a bit towards right center field. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to the Sooners shortstop. Good cut, fouled it off. Ball and 2 strikes. Jennings, as DJ mentioned, doubled in the first, scored on the 2-run homer from Ella Parker. 55 pitches already through an inning and 2/3 for Keegan Rothrock. 1-2 is outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here we go. This is a Tiare Jennings kind of a count right here. Rothrock does not want to go 3-2.
And it would not shock me to see Jada Coleman take off here.
Pitch is rounded foul. Good job by Jennings to fight off the off speed, and she's got a big smile as she looks over towards the Sooner dugout. She was sitting on something, didn't get it, but found a way to stay alive.
And just shows how well Jennings is seeing the ball right now. And talk about a pitch to spoil. I mean, good off speed, 2-strike count, and you're going to make Rothrock come back with something here.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Tiare Jennings. Popped left field, racing in is Otis, now ranging over to make the catch and end the inning. Sooners stranded 2, but they're hitting well. Now we need Kelly Maxwell to shut down the Gators as we head to the 3rd. Hit a 2-run homer in the first inning. Ella Parker matched it in the bottom of the first. Ariel Kowalewski hit a 2-run homer in the top of the second. Sooners unable to punch back in the bottom of the second. They stranded 2. They've now stranded, 9 total? 11 total in the 9 innings so far against Florida in the Women's College World Series, and they trail 4-2. Corby Otis will lead things off. I think a good start for the Sooners. Deej, what? Get ahead and counts.
Get ahead and counts. Get the leadoff hitter of the inning. And, I go back to even yesterday's game. Florida had the leadoff hitter of the inning on 5 of the 7 innings. They're 2 for 2 here today. I mean, got to find a way to take care of Otis here.
First pitch outside. 3rd inning, by the way, shout-outs. We've been sprinkling in some early. Brought to you by Century Roofing. On guard for Oklahoma, log on to CenturyRoofingOK.com. Century with an S, CenturyRoofing.com. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the right-handed hitting left fielder. There's a strike right on the outer edge. Aaron is in San Antonio. Joe Bob is on his way to Midland. There's Greg K. Jay Kennedy tuned in, along with Debbie Burleson. Laura Girk driving from OKC to Colorado. The 1-1 misses outside. Listening from the middle of nowhere, Kansas, on their way to OKC from Colorado. Sorry. Tina K's in the house. Brad Bunny. Lori Keys. Mikey out in El Dorado. 2-1 count here from Kelly Maxwell to the dangerous Otis, and it misses low. 3-1. Joanne's from Norman via Roxana.
Hey, hey. Go Shells.
DJ's mom was my daughter's PE teacher.
Oh.
Mom teach Roxana, right?
She did for 30 years.
There's a strike, full count. Dr. Susan Walden, Kim Doc Mommy there in Norman. We'll hit a few more of these. I'm very grateful for the sports. Our buddy Mark Worley checked in super early from Edmond. Appreciate it. Love you all. See if the Sooners can get rolling here. Down a couple. Maxwell deals with the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 4 straight strikeouts by Kelly Maxwell. 1 away for Erickson. That was a Tinker Federal Credit Union strikeout, Oklahoma's largest credit union.
That's such a big pitch. Again, retiring the leadoff hitter of the inning. And you could just see Otis, her eyes getting huge for what should have been ball 4. But Maxwell did a good job of working that pitch through the zone.
First pitch low to Jocelyn Erickson, who homered. Erickson came into this Women's College World Series, Women's College World Series, that's right, with 80 runs batted in. She had set the Florida single season record with now 86 in Gator history, the most ever by a Florida Gator, and she takes strike 1. Of the 11 newcomers for the Florida Gators this year, she is the only one who had seen any action in the Women's College World Series, having been a part of the Sooner roster in 2023. The 1-1 pitch from Maxwell is grounded foul at the plate, 1-2. She got off to a torrid start last year at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Absolutely torrid. Had some freshman struggles and decided she wanted a change of scenery, and she has been lights out, and the main reason why Florida is here right now. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Maxwell. Just missed out, 2-2.
I like that location, though. It's good take from Erickson, showing some good discipline, but that's a great location. It's not a huge miss. It's right at the edge of the zone, sets up the next pitch.
Maxwell's ready. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! 4-5 straight retired by Maxwell as paused in seconds for station identification. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
KEBC Delson, a product of Tyler Mead, powered by Parrish DeVos, official personal injury lawyers of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Visit pepperwings.com.
Reagan Walsh digs in. First pitch from Kelly Maxwell is hit hard and deep down the left field line. It's out of here. You've got to be kidding me. It just creeps over the left field wall on the first pitch. After striking out 5 straight batters, Maxwell gives up a first pitch home run to Reagan Walsh. It looked like that might thud off the wall. Instead, it just cleared it. And Maxwell has given up 3 home runs in 3 innings, and the Sooners are down now 5-2.
And if you blinked, you missed it. That's how quickly it happened. I mean, first pitch to Walsh, and it was, I was getting ready to say it wasn't an awful pitch, but it was belt high. And again, all 3 home runs we've seen today have just been huge misses, and Florida has made Maxwell pay. I mean, it's not that they're hitting great pitches out of the yard. All 3 have been just flat-out misses.
Here's Katie Kissler. Florida has now scored in, what is that, 9 of the
9 of
10
12
runs? Oh, 9 of 12? Oh, no, it's only 9 of 10, yeah. 9 of 10 math.
It's hard.
8 of them. No, 9.
No, 9 of 10.
Here's the 1-0, a little bit out. Well, the key here is the Sooners have got to answer in the bottom half, but more importantly, they got to get a 1-2-3 inning. They've got to get a 0 on that scoreboard, or it doesn't matter unless they put up 7 in one of these innings.
I mean, and
they're capable, but
yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from Florida. I mean, this is a team that has shown up. I'll say that, but they haven't. This has not been a consistent thing for Florida of just lighting the world on fire with the sticks. They swing it well. They're a good hitting team, but just the making a home run look easy, that is not something that Florida has necessarily done on call like they've done here in the last game and a half.
Line drive off the glove of Jennings. It'll trickle into the outfield grass. Jennings had it for a moment, but Kissler is aboard. And here comes Ava Brown, who walked her last time up.
And so the Sooners need to settle down a little bit. 99 times out of 100, Tiare Jennings makes that play, right? And you can kind of just see her try to backhand it, not get in front of it. But this is where the Sooners need to settle down a little bit.
Hit your spot. Get out of this inning. 5-2, Florida. First pitch out, ball 1.
And ruled an error. Am I missing that, or is that correct?
Correct.
Yep.
E6.
And rightfully so. I mean, not just because it's Tiare Jennings at short, but that's a play that's got to be made.
Jen Roach is going to make her way out to the circle. What's the message here?
Calm down, right? This is a defense, the best defense in the country. And Kelly Maxwell, one of the best pitchers in the country. Settle down. And again, not let Florida take control of this game. That was what shifted yesterday, right? We were watching Oklahoma hit some things hard against Rothrock, but just not able to get Florida at bay offensively. And we're seeing the same thing. This game feels very, very similar in some ways to what we saw yesterday, at least defensively and in the circle. So I think the biggest thing here is get out of the inning and not let Florida feel like they are in control of this game, because you're starting to see the shift a little bit.
Yeah. Got to get Uncle Mo or Aunt Mo or whatever you want to phrase momentum back in your bullpen. and your dugout. Here we go. Ava Brown, 1-0 count, the pitch. There's a strike, 1-1. Waiting for, it's an awkward moment. They're waiting to give the family member the softball until the cameras are on them. The usher is standing right next to Reagan Walsh's dad, waiting for TV to acknowledge them before they give him the softball. The 1-1 is in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Good job by Hansen.
Well, I think for the Sooner team right now, too, and I think it's going to apply a little bit more in the bottom half of this inning, Sooners don't need to press.
No.
You know, I think just making sure that they're not trying to do too much.
2-1 grounded to Brito. Nice play on the short hop. Throws across, inning over. That was one heck of a play by Alyssa Brito. And Florida is retired, but not until they do it again with 2 outs. A 2-run home run this time from Reagan Walsh. Florida has scored in all but 1 inning in their 2 games against the Sooners. It'll be Parker, Brito, and Hansen in the 3rd. 3rd inning shoutouts brought to you by Century Roofing. It's 5-2. The Sooners trail Florida. Ella Parker will lead things off. The Loves family, who he loves, is in Quinton. Chris Gay down in Austin. Sooner Yaya in Northwest Oklahoma City. Kitty is in Fort Worth, Texas. Pete is checking in from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Tiffany Watts is in Muskogee. Brian and Joseph Wolf checking in from behind enemy lines in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Blaine Burgess in Huntsville. David is in Carswell Naval Station in Fort Worth, Texas. Larry and Danita Higgs in Prague, Oklahoma. Julie is in Guntersville, Alabama. Joe still in Goldsby while working. And, of course, our man Joel in Rogersville. Ella Parker will lead things off. Homered her last time up. This time the Sooners are down 3 runs. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Got a great text from Barb and Peter Oven, who are listening as they head back to Broken Arrow from being at baseball after the gutty performance by the Sooners in the Norman Regional. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Parker. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Good to see so many former players out there at Mitchell Park this past weekend. Tough break. UConn ended up winning in a hard-fought final game late into the night last night in Norman. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Ella Parker, up and into him. Heck, the way things have gone, if I'm Keegan Rothrock, I'll just go ahead and put her on.
No joke.
The way that Parker's hit the ball, but can't afford any free base runners here if you're Florida. Here's the 2-1. That's in for a strike. Parker didn't like the off-speed. Now that hits 60, so a little bit faster than a typical off-speed, I would say.
It looked like it didn't have that much juice on it.
2-2. Ground ball to the right side. Nice job by Williams. Plays it off a hop, 1 away.
I really want to see Alyssa Brito and Kinsey Hansen slow things down a little bit, and not necessarily with, I guess a better way to say that, be vets. Right, in this situation, and I was kind of talking about this a little bit, I don't want to see this offense start to press, right? You've got the national
You're not going to get it all back in one swing, yeah.
You've got the national championship on the line. I just play the game. Shorten up. You need base runners.
Here's the first pitch to Brito, and she takes the ball. And I can't help but to keep going back to something Coach told us in the pregame show. We let a lot of good pitches went by yesterday. We got to attack more. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Brito. Way out in front of it. Swing and a miss. More like a normal off speed. 59. Strike 1, 1-1.
And Rothrock's been using it a lot. We talked about it at the very start of this ball game of what she's going to have to do differently from yesterday. And there it is. But again, the Sooners, they've got to adjust as well. You've got to sit a little bit later. And when you do get that velocity in a hitter's count, attack.
Here's the 1-1, and Brito lifts one deep to right field, but not deep enough. Kistler is under it. There's 2 away. Here's Hansen. Hansen walked her last time up.
Hansen's been really good. I mean, yesterday reached base nearly every at-bat except for her first at-bat and doing it in different ways, but has done a really good job of just having quality at-bats.
Yeah. And she swings at the first pitch and pops it up in the right field.
And
Quick inning.
When I said Brito and Hansen needed to be vets and slow it down, right? Part of that's working counts, getting pitches you can handle.
Quick 3-up and 3-down inning for the Sooners. Today here in Oklahoma City, Texas has already clinched its spot in the Women's College World Series Championship Series. They beat Stanford last night 1-0 on a 7th-inning bunt. Not a squeeze bunt, on a 7th-inning bunt. Oklahoma trying to get back to the championship series for the 5th straight year, but have trailed Florida now for every inning these two teams have played each other except one, and that was the first inning whenever it was a 2-2 game here. Florida has scored 3 unanswered, and they lead it 5-2. A little longer between innings here as Coach Casso does her ESPN mid-inning interview. I would imagine something about better at-bats.
Yep.
Cassidy Pickering out and right. Coleman in center. Boone in left. Kowalewski homered her last time up, as the first pitch to start the 4th is on the inside corner for a strike. Kowalewski has bounced back today after an 0-for-3 day yesterday. A 2-run homer in the second allowed Florida to retake the lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch, a little bit out, 1 ball, 1 strike. You said it heading into this half inning. Sooners need a goose egg badly in the top of the 4th. This is the part of the lineup to do it. 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. And Kowalewski had success in the second, I mean, with the long ball. But Maxwell's just got to hit some spots consistently.
1-1, way out in front of the off-speed, fouled back.
And we've really seen her get herself in some decent counts, especially here in the last couple of innings. But he's got to be consistent. And that pitch at the belt, I mean, right now Florida has 3 hits. All 3 of them have been home runs. And, you know, that's been the difference maker. You got to keep the ball in the yard. And Florida, I will say this, one thing Florida has done is every miss, they've made Maxwell pay. So just got to make good pitches.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
Like that one. Drop on the outside corner. Florida has not figured it out. 6th strikeout on the day for Kelly Maxwell. 4 have been on that drop ball.
Keep throwing it. Strikeouts brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union. That is Oklahoma's largest credit union. You heard DJ, 6th strikeout. Here's Mia Williams. She was a strikeout victim in the second. First pitch, chased it high, swing and a miss, strike 1. If the Sooners just get a 1-2-3 inning or a 0 up there, feel really good about the potential to get rolling here as the 0-1 pitch misses high. Not after that last half inning.
No.
For you offensively. Yeah, that was about a 5-pitch inning.
Yeah, and again, I kind of said it. Don't press. And I think we saw it in Brito and Hansen's at-bats a little bit, but a lot of game.
1-1, bounced foul at the plate. I don't feel like there is anything that is like stabilizing for Rothrock. I feel like there's still hits to be had, balls to be hit, but she has been afforded some efficiency by a few tough at-bats for the Sooners in the bottom half of the 3rd. 5-2 Florida. We're in the 4th. 1-2 popped up right side. No room. That's going to hit off the netting. Jada Coleman, thinking about the Sooners here tonight, needs 1 run to become first, all by her lonesome, in the all-time runs scored list in Sooner history. Here's the 1-2, bounced towards 3rd, charged by Brito. Quick throw, quick out, 2 away.
There you go.
Sooners have also eclipsed 100 first-inning runs. Their 2 first-inning runs gave the Sooners a 101, have given them 101 runs in the first inning so far this season. And Kendra Falby, who has been a problem, a strikeout victim in the second. First pitch, Maxwell chopped foul at the plate to Falby, who ran it all the way out. Sooners have outscored their opponents, including today's game, 101-18 this season in the first inning. 0-1, a little bit low and away, 1-1.
What's crazy about that to me is of that 18, 3 of those have come from Florida.
Yeah.
Because they scored first inning yesterday as well.
Someone that's a math person, do that percentage for me. Bet it's fairly high. The 1-1, strike 2, right? Yeah. Everyone pointed at everyone. Skylar Wallace came charging in from the on-deck circle with her arms out in disbelief. We'd like to see her with nobody on to lead things off in the 5th. Not here. It's a 1-2 count for now to Falby. The pitch got her swinging. Hansen throws down to first, inning over. Look at this. Look at this. There's a goose egg on the board in the top of the 4th inning as Maxwell sets him down in order. 5-2 Gators as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Sooners softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway, and the presenting sponsor of the Women's College World Series on the Sooner Sports Network is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care. MidFirst Bank is a premier partner of OU Athletics and your exclusive home for the OU debit and credit card. Visit midfirst.com/Sooners for details. Member FDIC. And Oklahoma Athletics would like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners. Visit Norman, Cup Pop, Courtyard by Marriott, Midway Deli, Nashburn, and Norman NCED. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. The interview is still ongoing with Tim Walton. Sooners huddled up outside of the dugout before the start of this inning. You're JT Gasso. What's your message to these hitters?
Attack. Get to Rothrock in good counts. Again, if she pipes something early trying to get ahead, make her pay. You're getting a hitter's count. Attack that 2-0 or 2-1 pitch.
Good pitch for strike 1 to Cassidy Pickering. She grounded into that double play in the first. She bats here to lead things off in the 4th. The 0-1, strike 2. It's a good job by Jocelyn Erickson to frame that. Florida is looking to make its first trip to the championship series since 2017. Oklahoma beat them in 2. 0-2, Pickering reaches and pokes it foul. That, of course, was the dramatic and chaotic 17-inning game. Kelly Barnhill, Delaney Gorley, that staff from Florida. Jen Rocha was the pitching coach at Florida. Both staffs look much different today. The 0-2 is a little bit out.
It's pretty good discipline. That's a pitch very similar to what Pickering just flared down the line. Foul. Good to see the adjustment and leave that pitch alone.
Pickering's hitting .565 when she leads off an inning.
That's a great stat.
She takes ball 2 outside. .379 average overall on the season for Pickering. She's even the count up here at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That wind still whips out towards left field. Across the field a bit. The 2-2 is pop foul off the left side. Gray skies here. Radar looks clear. If anything, it's made for an incredibly pleasant afternoon at the ballpark.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I was kind of, as I was watching the weather and everything, kind of expecting it to be kind of a scorcher today, and it definitely did not turn out.
2-2, Pickering loops one into right field. It's down for a hit. And something that hasn't happened yet today just happened. The Sooners put the leadoff hitter aboard for Riley Boone.
And what a great at-bat from the freshman. She's a sophomore now, but you got to love seeing Pickering just battle. And that's the type of at-bats we need to continue to see. And she took that pitch. That was an outside pitch.
Yeah, she and muscled it into right field, and Hannah Cora will come on a pinch run here. A little bit more speed, a year more experience. She gets a high five from Coach Steele. And we'll see what Patty Gasso has on the card here. A little small ball, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, you've got Kowalewski in pretty tight. Same thing, Ava Brown. A little snug at first base as well. But Riley Boone, if you're not going to hit a double, use the dirt.
First pitch, she showed bunt, but when running up the box, pulled it back for ball one. And 5-2, the Sooners trail at bottom of the fourth.
You know, I'm still going to stick to it. The Sooners got to manufacture runs. That's something that this team still has not really done in this tournament yet. Even the runs today came from the long ball.
1-0 is chopped towards third. Kowalewski gloves, throws, gets Boone. Core kind of works like a sacrifice, except there is now one out.
And a pitch kind of up in the zone that got Boone chasing a little bit. She did a pretty good job of staying on top of it and keeping it out of the air, but still like to see a little bit more pressure. In that situation, Riley Boone has the opportunity to really put some pressure on a defense, and not too much there.
Sid Sanders hit one a mile her last time up. That was just foul. The first pitch from Rothrock is low, ball one. Strikeout looking after that on a pretty good pitch right on the inside edge. She tried to lean away from it. I want to see her attack something here. The 1-0 pitch, and she does, and she hits it deep to center field at the wall. It is gone. It's gone. Sydney Sanders leaves the yard, and the Sooners are down one. Falby tried to time it. She climbed up the wall, but Sanders had hit it a mile. 5-4, Florida.
And that right there is why Sydney Sanders, one of the many reasons, but that is why Sydney Sanders has continued to get opportunities at the plate. And she's tremendous, but I'm so happy to see Sanders take a pitch, and that was a miss coming from Rothrock, didn't quite make it to the corner, and Sydney Sanders attacking the pitch, not letting it go by.
That Sooner home run is proudly brought to you by the dedicated people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. There is a little barking from the Florida dugout. We're good to go. Chalk up for Sid Sanders, home run number 15 on the season. Avery Hodge is 1 for 1. Infield single her last time up.
Now let's go back to the great at-bat from Pickering that got that moving. Right? Yep. Saw so many pitches, found a way to flare something in. Just such a great at-bat from Pickering to make that happen.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ball out. The home run, that's 2 now on the game for the Sooners. Gives them, by my count, 117 on the season, which ties them with last year's team for the third most home runs in Sooner history by a team. Hodge takes ball 2 a little bit out, 2-1. 5-4. The Sooners have been given a jolt of energy and momentum. The 1-1 pitch to Hodge. Pardon me. Isn't it 2-1? One ball, 2 strikes. So it should be 2-2. Yeah,
2-2.
I looked up at the scoreboard. It's a 2-2 count. They're still trying to get him to fix it. Now they got it. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Sooners second base. Jada Coleman waits on deck. Here comes the 2-2. Hodge bounces it. What a play by Rothrock. Glove throws 2 away. And here comes Jada Coleman, who is 1 for 2. Laid down a bunt single her last time up.
And would love to see Jada, again, play the game again. Try to get something moving here with 2 outs. We saw her with the short game, running the box, and just trying to find her way on base.
24, Jada Coleman.
Strikeout victim in the first, singled in the second. Bats here with 2 outs in the fourth. Takes a strike on the first pitch. She didn't like it. think it's fair to say she didn't like it at all. Sooners as a team have now hit 17 home runs in the postseason. Coleman shows bunt, pulled back late. 7 home runs in their 4 Women's College World Series games. And as we mentioned, 117 on the 2024 season. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Jada. That skips way early. 2 balls and a strike. I'd love to see T.R.A. Jennings get an at-bat here with a chance to tie this game up or give the Sooners the lead. 2 balls and a strike to Jada Coleman. A pitch from Keegan Rothrock. Outside, ball 3.
I feel like we're starting to see a little fatigue set in for Rothrock. Rightfully so.
Sooner dugout is hyped up. So is their crowd. There's ball 4. Here comes T.R.A. Jennings.
Huge. Again, find your way on base. And those pitches weren't even close coming from Rothrock. Clutch up, though, with 2 outs. Something the Sooners haven't done very well is have timely 2-out hitting. Can't think of a better time than now.
First pitch to T.R.A. is in for a strike. Jennings doubled, scored a run on the 2-run homer from Ella Parker in the first. Flied out to left with 2 outs in the second. Similar situation here in the 4th. She flies and pops this one up just behind second base. Skylar Wallace calls for it, makes the catch, inning over, but the Sooners strike back. After 3 unanswered from Florida, a 2-run homer from Sid Sanders, and Oklahoma back in this game. Down by 1. It'll be the top of the lineup in the 5th for Florida. And it'll be Wallace, Otis, and Erickson. Hannah Core stayed in the game. She gets out in left field now. And Riley Boone will move over to right. I'm sure we will see Pickering re-enter whenever her spot comes back in the lineup. But Corin left now, Coleman in center, Boone in right, and infield with Brito even with the bag at third. Traditional depth and positioning for Jennings at short, Hodge at second, deep off the line at first for Sid Sanders. Wallace is capable of laying one down here too. She walked her first time up and bunts one foul. We'd like to thank Love's Travel Stops as the presenting sponsor of OU Softball. Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. And Orthodontics exclusively is proud to sponsor the junior captain of the game, the ultimate fan experience for children 6 through 12. 2 Orthodontics exclusively locations, with 1 in Norman, South Oklahoma City, and every consultation is free. Boom. OrthoEXC.com. The 0-1 is a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not much, but I like the spot.
Agreed. It's a quality miss. And this is such a point in this ball game, right? 5th going through this order for the 3rd time. Wallace in a leadoff spot here. Got to keep this game tight, but this is a big inning of momentum.
Wallace skies one down the right field line in foul territory. Riley Boone makes the catch, 1 away.
Huge out. Huge out.
I mean, if Sooners can put about 3 or 4 on the board and Maxwell can start the deal, we're not going to have to worry about Skylar Wallace again. But that's well down the road. That's 5 straight retired by Maxwell. Doesn't seem like a big number, but given the way things have gone for Sooner pitching against Florida, it's massive. Otis 0 for 2, a strikeout victim in the 3rd. First pitch from Kelly Maxwell is off the outer edge. The strikeout of Kendall Falby to end the 3rd was the 900th career strikeout for Kelly Maxwell.
Oh, man.
Not bad.
Not bad.
1 ball and no strikes. 5-4. The Gators lead it. We're in the 5th. There's a ball.
I like that pitch, though. And a little bit of a change of speeds, falling off the table, but still tunneling through the strike zones. Good location.
Fifth innings this season brought to you by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of our restaurants. Visit halsmith.com to learn more. Here's the 2-0 in the dirt, ball 3. And Erickson waits on deck. And in this situation with one out in the first, she hit a 2-run home run with Otis. 3 balls and no strikes. Sun peeks back behind the clouds. There's strike 1. Melissa Brito is wearing out a path from the position she's playing at third base towards the circle to hype up Maxwell after just about every pitch. 3 balls and a strike. Maxwell brings it home. Strike 2. Crowd stands up. Cheering section behind third base. The Sooner dugout, the home dugout. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Kelly Maxwell, headed home. Fouled off by Otis. I'm just going to say it again. It does not seem right that her name is Corby Otis. It should be Kobe Ortis, right? I mean, that's what we're used to, and I haven't been able to get it smoothly executed in my enunciation all weekend long. Corby's not a normal name, at least in being spelled K-O-R-B-E. Long look at the pitch watch from Maxwell. She's ready. The 3-2 pitch, bounce towards third. Brito up, throws, 2 away.
Doing such a good job, and I think bringing that count back, 3 balls and no strikes, and then we saw Otis on a 3-1 count put a really defensive swing on a ball, and again it just kind of shows this has kind of felt like an all or nothing game for Kelly Maxwell. We've seen big strikeouts, we've seen some really good pitches thrown, we've also seen the long ball, so it's been kind of an interesting Jekyll and Hyde type of game for Maxwell so far.
She has 4 trips to the World Series.
Erickson is 1 for 2, and the first pitch is up high, ball 1. Erickson hit the 2-run home run in the first that gave Florida the 2-0 lead. She bats here with nobody on and 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 from Maxwell. There's a strike, 1-1.
You know, it's tough to walk into this place, and hey, the standards are high.
Florida has 3 hits. All 3 of them are home runs. They've also in that drawn 2 walks. Maxwell has struck out 7. The 1-1 is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike.
It's kind of a crazy stat line. I mean,
it
we're
really
just looking at it, 5 runs on 3 hits so far. But 7 strikeouts, and just kind of been all or nothing. But when Maxwell's throwing good pitches, they've got really good spin and movement.
2-1 is popped up behind home plate, but that's well out of play. That'll hit the net, roll back down.
And I really like that pitch. I mean, we haven't seen Maxwell really challenge the Gators inside too much.
Hansen is now thrown 2 over the head of the pitcher in the last 2 games. Good job by T.R.A. Jennings to reach out and grab that before it went to center field, retrieving the foul ball. Everybody's good, set, and ready now. Let's get out of this inning. Maxwell, the 2-2 is fouled back. Jocelyn Erickson wasted what looked to be a really good off-speed pitch, though it was a bit up in the zone.
Yeah, and you took the words out of my mouth. It was, I think you see that as a swing through or maybe a little cheesy ground ball if that pitch is just a bit lower.
A cheesy?
Is that?
I don't think I've heard you use that before.
I save them all. I save them all for the end of the year.
Held on to that one for about 7 years. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Jocelyn Erickson, and that's fouled off as well. Nice at bat going here for Erickson, and building up that pitch count for the Sooner starter at 88 heading into this at bat. What do they have on SportsCenter? 94, so a 6-pitch at bat so far.
Gotta be careful here.
Yeah, Otis, the last alley.
2-2, nothing too sweet, something that falls out of the zone.
Kelly rocks and fires. That one didn't even come close to the zone. It skipped before the plate.
Not quite what I meant.
Is that usually just a grip issue, maybe trying to do too much when you have a ball skip that early?
Yeah, I think sometimes, I mean, that had some velo on it. I mean, it came in the mid-60s. But Maxwell, she throws a lot of drop balls, and she throws a lot of things low in the zone. And sometimes it's just timing a little bit. Sometimes it slips, but I think timing more than anything.
5-4, the Sooners trail it. We're in the top of the 5th inning, 2 outs. Jocelyn Erickson, a full count as Kelly Maxwell stares in. Maxwell waits, readies the pitch. Ball 4. And that'll bring Reagan Walsh to the plate, who has already homered today. 3rd walk of the game for Maxwell. Be careful here with Reagan Walsh. Her home run got out of here in a hurry. It was a ball. It was a good pitch. Good eye by Erickson.
Yeah. I mean, good at bat by Erickson. We saw some good pitches in that at bat. But, I mean, Walsh has a solo shot here today. So, again, got to continue to throw competitive pitches.
First pitch misses outside. Ball 1. Wind picks up out of the southeast today at about 13, 14 miles an hour. Gusts up to 21. And it was gusting as Walsh stepped in. Here's the 1-0 from Maxwell. Low, ball 2. Now you are in be very careful territory. They're showing the home run she hit in the 3rd, and it was just a really badly missed spot by Maxwell. Can't have that here. 5-4 game, Sooners down a run. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Maxwell, and that's popped foul, out of play. 2-1. Probably swung at ball 3.
It absolutely was. A little elevated in the zone, and I think that's what kind of got Walsh getting a little bit wide-eyed. But again, need to make another good pitch here. Behind in the count, middle of this lineup.
Kelly's getting a new softball, so a little bit of a delay here. Conversation is well with our home plate umpire, Megan Rabin. They've had a couple of these. Not a bad one. I think it was over a softball earlier, and right before that 3-2 pitch to Erickson, her, Kinsey, and Kelly, the ump and Kelly were all talking about it. Here's the 2-1 pitch, 2 outs, ball 3.
I think what you're running here a little bit, don't generate momentum for Florida, right? I mean,
you're on the verge of a 1-2-3 inning, and then a big at bat, 8-pitch at bat to Erickson that you lost. Now you're down 3-1. Don't try to be too fine here. The 3-1 pitch to Walsh, swing and a miss.
Dirty. It's a really good location.
Wow. The next pitch will be the 102nd pitch for Maxwell. Sooner crowd is in a frenzy. 3-2, popped right side. Is there room for Sanders? Gives chase now. It'll land a couple rows up in the Gator section. Popped out of the hands of one dad, caught by the other dad a row lower, and he turned around and gave it back to the guy that popped out of his hands.
Well, that's nice. No, you're keeping it?
No.
You're keeping it?
Really,
Okay.
I would have given it.
I would have kept it.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Long wait from Maxwell. The pitch, ball 4, way up in it.
Yeah, the walk to Erickson doesn't bother me too much, right? But you gotta follow it up and go after Walsh. I'm gonna say this situation right here with senior Katie Kistler at the plate makes me uncomfortable. For the simple reason of Kistler was a hero early.
Thursday night against Oklahoma State. Jen Rocher realizes it.
You've got a senior who knows that this could be her last at-bat of her career. I don't like this situation, and I think Coach Jen Rocha is feeling the same thing.
Well, if you're just tuning in, we welcome you to Devon Park in Oklahoma City. Sooners fighting for their postseason lives. Trail Florida 5-4 in the bottom of the fourth inning. A 2-run first inning home run from Jocelyn Erickson gave the Gators a 2-zip lead. Then in the bottom of the first, Ella Parker hit a 2-run home run. The Gators answered in the top of the second with a 2-run home run from Ariel Kowalewski, and then added the Reagan Walsh solo home run in the third. The Sooners bounced back in the bottom of the fourth with a 2-run home run from Sid Sanders. Now, Kelly Maxwell trying to get out of this top of the fifth after 2 quick outs of Wallace and Otis after back-to-back 2-out walks. Kistler is 0 for 2, but reached on an error her last time up, and Maxwell throws strike one. You heard DJ mention Kistler was the hero here on Thursday night, had the only hit at the time for Florida, and it was a solo home run off Lexi Kilfoyle. 0-1 is a little bit low and in. Against OU yesterday, Kistler was 0 for 2, but didn't walk twice.
Yeah, but I like that pitch, but again, I'll feel better when this at-bat's over. Because, again, I don't like the situation for Kistler.
Here comes the 1-1 to the right fielder. Strike two.
Back-to-back off speeds. Love it.
What do you do here then, 1-2?
Drop out has been a good pitch for Maxwell against these lefties. I'm not opposed to dumping an off speed in the dirt either, trying to get a chase.
The 1-2 up high, 2-2. That had a little extra juice on it. Do not want to go 3-2 here to give Erickson its second. They did pinch run at first base with Avery Gels. Likely stay in the game and play first base. The 2-2 pitch. Ball three way up high, and boy, Kelly Maxwell's misses have not been all that close.
In the pitch before that, I understood it, thinking, all right, rise up in the zone, trying to set something up low and away, and that next pitch was just a miss.
Here comes the 3-2. Fouled off. Just got a piece of it. I might be thinking about pulling the string on an off speed here.
Absolutely.
Maxwell can spot it right. 5-4, Florida leads it, win the fifth, top of the fifth. Maxwell's ready. Kistler digs in. Big pitch here. The 3-2 from Kelly. Line drive, center field. Jada Coleman is there and makes the catch, inning over. And had way too many dramatics. After walking Erickson and Walsh with 2 outs, and one of those long ball hitters steps to the plate to lead things off in the fifth. It's Ella Parker. Today's game sponsor is Love's Travel Stops, and the presenting sponsor of our Women's College World Series coverage on the Sooner Sports Network is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care. Same charge. This spot in the lineup didn't have the best at bats the last time through in the third. Better at bats here.
Yeah, and especially again coming off of another scoreless inning from Kelly Maxwell, and Gators threatened, but able to get out of it and hang a goose egg. Got to find a way to get runners on base. I'd like to see Sooners use the dirt a little bit.
First pitch strike to Ella Parker on an off speed that looked like it looped a little bit high across the plate, 59 miles an hour. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Parker, up and in, 1-1.
I'll say this, I think it has been a little lost on me that the Sooners have 7 hits. A lot of it has come with one swing of the bat.
1-1 is hit deep to right center field, off the wall. Parker rounds first, on her way to second. She'll slide in safe. She's safe. Obstruction was called on Wallace. Her and Parker collided. They're both down. And Parker's hurt. Wallace is hurt. Patty Gasso races out. Mara Dickman, the athletic trainer for the Sooners, races out.
I mean, this place has gone silent, rightfully so. What a scary moment. I mean, Ella Parker went down immediately.
Was it the knee of Wallace that collided into Ella Parker? We'll watch the replay. Both are hurt. Both are down right now. Parker, it was going to be a close play at second. The umpire, though, had called obstruction. Yep. Parker is laid out with her legs on the second base bag, while Mara Dickman pays attention to her.
I'm worried about her neck a little bit.
They took the helmet off, so that's a good sign. Wallace is to a knee. All right, come on, Ella. Looks like Mara's talking to her, and she's going to sit up, and the crowd goes crazy. Mara's still talking to her. Coach Gasso standing over her. Yeah, Skylar Wallace is up. That's the first cheer. Now let's wait and see what the call at second base is, because they had called obstruction, but then she was safe anyway because the ball went shooting out into the outfield. And Parker is up. Woozy. She's got a smile on her face. I think she wants to stay in the game.
I think she may have. I saw them kind of opening her mouth and sticking her tongue out. I think she may have chomped down on her tongue.
Ouch.
And good to see that Wallace is okay as well. I mean, that was a scary moment all the way across.
We still haven't seen the replay yet. So the Sooners will have a pinch runner here at second.
I'm going to be honest. We haven't seen the replay. The throw beat her, but she.
Obstruction was called on the play. That play is under review.
So you heard it's an umpire review. So we'll leave which means they just want to look at it and see what happened. I mean, there's no way she can be out at second because the ball. Wait, you tell me. Let's watch it again.
The ball came out on the play.
She had stumbled as she tried to slide in. Oh, good. It wasn't as brutal of a shot as we first thought. As she went to slide, she stumbled. So does that mean the runner is safe at second?
Her out? What's the call then?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, Riley Ludlam's going to be the pinch runner.
So safe at second.
Safe at second, okay.
All right.
This review has been brought to you, a quick one, by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. We're waiting on the pinch runner for the Sooners. Patty Gasso is letting our home plate umpire know about it. So they could have said, like, in other words, with the obstruction call, they could have said that Ella Parker ran into her and was out at second base, right? If they deemed that she purposely had ran into it. It was actually a shoulder that Ella Parker took from Skylar Wallace at second base. Then her head bounced back off the dirt. All right, looks like she's going to be okay, but for now, Maya Bland will pinch run at second base. That's the tying run.
What a piece of hitting from Ella Parker. I mean, in everything that happened, it looks like everyone's okay, thankfully, but, I mean, what a piece of hitting.
First pitch to Alyssa Brito is a little bit low, ball one. So Maya Bland pinch running at second base. Big moment, big run there. Alyssa Brito is 1 for 2 with a double and a flyout. Sooners down a run, bottom of the fifth. Here's the pitch to Brito. Off speed. She was way out in front of it. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 95th pitch of the game for Rothrock. 8 hits now for the Sooners. Long look by Rothrock. finally with one, she gets going and misses high. Good hitters count here. Five to 4, the Sooners trail it. The 2-1 to Brito is outside, 3-1.
Here's that count. We heard Coach Gasso talk about be more aggressive. 3-1, if it's there, attack, drive.
Rothrock rocks, fires, strike 2.
That's a big time pitch. Off speed, 3-1. I'm throwing it again if I'm Rothrock.
Deep in the box for Brito. The 3-2 is that off speed. Brito finds a way to get a piece of it and stay alive. And you're right, she went with it again. Full count to the All-American third baseman. The pitch. Looped into shallow left field, racing in is Otis to make the catch, 1 away. Moment it looked like that might have had a little less oomph than it did. And here's Kinsey Hansen.
Rothrock making a pitch. I mean, that 3-1 off speed to get her back in the count.
Now batting pitcher number 9, Kinsey Hansen.
Well, this is the spot where to try to tie this game up or potentially take the lead. And like the odds of having K9 in the box, and she takes the first pitch for ball 1. Really good spot, a little low. This has got to be great if you don't have a rooting interest right now. 1-0 is outside, 2-0. Pickering waits on deck, as we alluded to. Whenever Hannah Core came in, Pickering will re-enter when she steps to the plate. Maya Bland, the pinch runner at second. The 2-0 pitch to Hansen is a strike. Boy, she is really placing that off speed well, isn't she?
And it makes it tough. Again, talking so much about attacking 2-0, 2-1 pitches, and then you get that change of speeds and you're not sitting on that pitch.
Two balls and a strike. Finally, they give time to Hansen. Well, I think they gave it to the Gators, and the pitch clock was at 1.
That's not.
Hansen swings and drives it deep to right field. Oh, caught at the warning track by Kistler. Maya Bland will tag up and take third. Hansen hit it hard. And now the Sooners need a clutch 2-out hit from the freshman. Patty Gasso lets the home plate umpire know that Pickering will be re-entering here. The tying run is 60 feet away. Wild pitch, anything here will tie this game up, but I'd love to see Pickering just put one in a gap somewhere. She's 1 for 2.
Into the lineup for Oklahoma.
Laid off single in the 4th.
Cassidy Pickering.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Gut check time for the Sooners, down 5-4. Keegan Rothrock hasn't even stepped on the rubber yet. She does now. First pitch to the Sooner outfielder is low and away, ball 1. Riley Boone waits on deck.
One thing Pickering's done a good job of in this game, Rothrock has lived on the outside corner to Pickering. She's done a good job of getting rid of that pitch and making Rothrock at least come onto the plate a little bit.
1-0 is fouled off, a ball and a strike. Good cut by Pickering. Thought there was a chance. Maybe they might play a little small ball here off the bat with Pickering and the runner at third, but no count on the freshman to drive something here. The 1-1 pitch to Cassidy is outside, ball 2. Talk about pitch counts for both of these pitchers. That's number 107 for Keegan Rothrock.
Maybe expect the off speed. 2-1 every hitter this inning. She's thrown it.
Ball 3 outside. Now you can think off speed because it's really been about the only pitch she's been able to spot for a strike.
And she's trying to get Pickering to chase that pitch just off the plate, and she's shown such good discipline.
3-1 is ball 4. Here comes Riley Boone.
Pickering, again, Rothrock has lived outside to her in 2 games. And just a great job from Cassidy to leave that pitch alone.
Patty Gasso called the initial time. Sooners are really good in these first and third situations, but you have 2 freshmen in Bland and Pickering and a veteran at short in Wallace. I mean,
decisions.
A lot of potential options here. That's a freshman at second, a freshman at first, and a sophomore behind the plate. But Tim Walton immediately went racing out to make sure that his infield was aware of every possibility here.
Well, they're not. I would be shocked if Florida just let Pickering take second. That's the go-ahead run, right? But I mean, I'm curious to see what Coach Gasso does here, base running, because I understand both sides. You let your senior have the opportunity to get the job done and don't even take the chance. But it's also tough not to try to get a little cute and get Pickering in scoring position.
Here we go. Infield way in. Rothrock is ready. First pitch to Boone is low and away. Ball 1. Sid Sanders waits on deck. I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but Gels has indeed stayed in this game. She's over at first base now for Brown.
Does that mean Brown's loosening up? No.
No, it's empty. It's quiet. It is quiet in that Florida pen right now. 1 ball and no strikes to Boone. Huge moment in this game. Ball 2 outside. In fact, the Florida bullpen, when they play, has been so quiet. I hear that's where people go to make phone calls because there's nothing going on down there. It's on the shoulders of the freshman Keegan Rothrock. Against one of the all-time leaders in batting average in the World Series, Riley Boone. There's a strike. Would a hit and run be in this situation, huh?
I like your style. I like it.
2 balls and a strike. The pitch. Runner's not going. Boone lifts one pretty deep to left field. It's not going to be deep enough. Racing back is Otis to make the catch, and Oklahoma strands 2 more. Florida fights off a golden opportunity for the Sooners. 4 runs. Pardon me. 4 runs on 8 hits and an error for Oklahoma. The Gators, where's their second error at? They didn't. There's no way they could have given an error to Skylar Wallace on that, right?
The ball flew out of her glove. I mean,
wow.
Yeah, I mean it. Yeah, I really think so, because I think honestly, when they said obstruction wasn't going to be the case, Ella Parker should have been out at second because the throw beat her, and the ball just flew out of Wallace's glove. Yeah, so they did indeed dock an error for Skylar Wallace. 5-4, the Gators lead it, and Ava Brown will re-enter, or kind of shift to being the DP here as the first pitch is a little bit low, ball 1. So Boone is now in left, and she's well off that left field line. And Pickering is back out in right field for OU. Down a run. Top of the 6th. Boy, love being the home team here. Yes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off. Pretty good hack from Brown. More than anything, more of the same is what you want to see from Kelly Maxwell. A shutout is suddenly high-powered, potent Florida attack in each of the last 2 innings. Maxwell up to 7 strikeouts. A 1-ball, 1-strike count. Every pitch dripping with drama here. There's a ball low.
Brown walked and scored on the Ariel Kowalewski 2-run second inning home run. She was a strikeout victim to lead things off in the fourth. Now she lead things off for the Gators. Grounded out to third in the second. Now leads things off in the fourth. And looked ahead at Kowalewski there in the lineup. 2-1 is fouled back, 2-2. So let me clean that up. Brown walked to lead off the second, came home on the Kowalewski home run, and then grounded out to third in the third. Now she leads things off. Led off that second with a walk. 2-2 pitch, Kelly Maxwell. Stares in. Just got a piece of it.
That's a good pitch. A little bit of a change of speeds. I'll say this, I have liked Maxwell's misses in the last 2 innings. You take out the walk to Walsh, again, the Walsh, excuse me, not Wash. The walk to Erickson doesn't bother me too much, but the misses have been pretty solid. So a bit of an adjustment for Maxwell as this game has gotten a little bit deeper.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Maxwell in the dirt, full count. She has gone full on the last 5 hitters. Full on Otis, full on Aronson, full on Walsh, went full on Kistler, now goes full to lead things off in the 6th. Next pitch is number 117 from the Sooner Super Senior. Here's the 3-2. Oh, just missed outside, ball 4. Here's Kowalewski, who in this same situation in the second inning hit a 2-run home run.
It didn't miss my budge. We've seen that pitch go both ways today. I mean, really and truly.
Looks like Mays now getting ready in the Sooner pin just in case. And we'll see yet another pinch runner here. Tim Walton does a little lineup magic where even though that's the second time Ava Brown's been substituted for, she's still in the game. They have her now as the VP.
Number 50,
Bailey Goddard, who came in late to get a pinch hit appearance last night, steps into pinch run here. First pitch to Kowalewski, foul down the first base line. Brito's in fairly tight at third, kind of being conscious of anything over there on the left side. Even though Kowalewski did homer her first at bat in this game. 5-4 Florida, we're in the 6th. Top of the 6th, and nobody out. The 0-1, there's the bunt shown. It dies out in front of the plate. Hansen gloves, throws, gets her. Sacrifice works to perfection as Goddard moves on to second. And here's Mia Williams.
I was expecting hands, and, you know, I think it's interesting.
Actually, Emily Wilkie's going to pinch it here.
As I was kind of going, I'm like, I highly doubt they're going to bunt for a 160 hitter. So, spot here for Kelly Maxwell to go after a pinch hitter.
And if I'm Tim Walton, I feel you. You have not had a hit other than a home run here. Let's at least put some pressure here with a runner in scoring position. And Mia Williams has not been good, so let's bring in Emily Wilkie. 231 average for Wilkie, has a home run this year, and she's hacking away. Fouls off the first pitch, strike 1.
Kelly Maxwell, you recognize that. That pitch wasn't a strike. So continue to expand the zone, not giving Wilkie anything too sweet here, but if she's going to hack at a pitch like that, it was low and away, continue to throw it there. Stay off the plate.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from the Sooner lefty, strike 2. Runner at second, 1 out, an 0-2 count here on Wilkie. Falby, the 9-hole hitter, waits on deck, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch, fouled off. Still wild to look at the scoreboard and think that Florida has been held to just 3 hits today. And yet they lead the Sooners 5-4. 5 walks by Kelly Maxwell, and of course, all 3 of those hits, home runs. No balls and 2 strikes. Maxwell rocks, fires in the dirt, 1-2. Not a bad 0-2 pitch.
No, and a good job by Kinsey Hansen behind the plate.
If the Sooners can rally here, it'll be game 1 tomorrow night. No rest for the weary. They'll turn right around and have to play the championship series. Here's the 1-2 from Maxwell. Popped up behind home plate. Who's got it? Hansen's looking for it. It's caught by Brito. Alyssa Brito came out of nowhere and made a basket catch as Hansen couldn't find it. Jennings wisely covered the bag, and there's 2 away.
You could just see as that unfolded that Kinsey Hansen did not have a good beat on it, and as it drifted, we're not going to call it luck. We're just going to call it by design. Why not? Boy, Brito was running about a 4.32 40. Here's Falby. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Kendra Falby is in for a strike. Great hustle from Brito. She had to go a long way for that, just kind of watching it unfold. Sooners trying to hold the deficit at 1. Maxwell has battled, she's scratched, she's clawed. The 0-1, chop back to Kelly, cut off by Brito. The throw to first, not in time. Oh no, here comes Skylar Wallace. As Kelly started to charge the little short hopper, Brito tried to cut in front, but Falby is just too fast. Now, speaking of first and third, be careful here, but also if you're Tim Walton, even though Skylar Wallace is 0 for 2 with a walk, she homered twice here yesterday.
Skylar Wallace.
Here we go.
That was perfectly executed by Falby.
I mean, as a slapper, it doesn't get much better than that. First pitch to Skylar Wallace, in for a strike. .406. That's her season average. 70 runs batted in. She is electric. Maxwell has been okay against her today. 0 for 2 with that first inning walk. Otis waits on deck. The 0-1, a little bit out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Might have been low.
Got Walton giving some signals across.
What would you have on here if you're the Sooners in this first and third situation? 19 of 23 in stolen base opportunities for Falby.
You can't give up the run, but I mean, you've got to go for the out.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch, popped up behind home plate, but it's going to get back towards us. Maxwell quickly ahead on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Need an out in the worst kind of way and get back to the dugout with just a 1-run deficit. Home plate umpire is getting a new set of softballs. Megan Rabin kind of disappeared there for a little bit. Kinsey Hansen was trying to sneak a trip out to the circle. Rabin was MIA for a moment. Now she cleans off home plate. Kinsey steps out in front of home plate. It's a 1-2 count to Skylar Wallace. Maxwell is trying to scuff up the softball, pops it into her glove a few times. Pitch action clock hasn't even started yet. Now it does. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big spot in this game here. Wallace digs in. The pitch bounced softly towards first. Sanders gloves to the bag. Inning over. Wallace is retired. The deficit remains at 1. That's 3 straight shutout innings from Kelly Maxwell. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Blue Shield of Oklahoma want to connect you to quality health care through every stage of life. Visit bcbsok.com today or call 888-346-9636 for more information. Sooner Softball is also brought to you in part by OG&E. OG&E, we energize life. And listen to coverage of all the NCAA championships on the Varsity Network app, powered by Learfield. Fans can hear Westwood One's exclusive national coverage, along with most schools, including our Oklahoma's broadcaster, a multicast option. That's only on the Varsity Network app, available for free in your app store. Before we start the bottom of the sixth, log on to Soonersports.com/kids to find information about joining the Sooner Junior Kids Club, presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Orthodontics, exclusively Mathis Home and Devon Energy. All right, Sid Sanders is 1 for 2, a strikeout in the second, a homer in the fourth. First pitch, low, ball 1. Did she say out? Ball is out? It was on the
inner half?
Yeah. Just 2 for 8 in the NCAA tournament. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Sid. That's a strike.
And after getting the out of Skylar Wallace to end the top half of the inning with runners at first and third, huge runs, but that out, again, it kind of sets some things up for the Sooners.
1-1. Sanders had a cut, fouled it back.
Really want to see the 8-9-1 take some of that momentum, because again, it's a momentum shift. You've got your best hitter up and not able to capitalize. Got to take advantage of it here.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Sid. Here's the pitch in the dirt, 2-2.
Rothrock looks tired.
Pitch number 117 for Rothrock. I would give you her numbers from the last game, but I threw the box score away. Here's the 2-2 to Sid. Looper on the infield, caught by Williams, 1 away. So
130.
130 on Monday. Here's Avery Hodge.
I'm going to continue to say it. I want to see, especially this spot in the lineup, Avery Hodge, Jada Coleman, work the dirt a little bit more. We've seen of the last 4 outs.
First pitch outside, ball 1.
I take that back. Of the last 6 outs, they've all been in the air. Make Florida make a play.
1 ball and no strikes. Avery Hodge is 1 for 2 as she takes ball 2 up and in. Just to kind of give you an idea, you're looking at the pitches in the Women's College World Series as Jocelyn Erickson's going to make her way out to chat with Rothrock. She threw 130 against Oklahoma here yesterday. She's up to 120. They were able to pull her early against Texas because the Horns hammered her early. She didn't even last a third of an inning. 95 against Alabama and 94 against Oklahoma State. She also, in 2 games in which she pitched more than just an inning or a third of an inning, she was chased after not getting an out in game 2 against Baylor. She threw 235 pitches in those 2 games. 2-0 count to Avery Hodge. There's ball 3.
Here we go. Avery Hodge needs to be taken and run in this count as deep as she can.
Here's the 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Top of the lineup, Jada Coleman waits on deck. Don't want to go into any 7th inning situation down here.
Strike zone for Avery Hodge has got to be tiny right here.
Here's the 3-1. It's a bunt and it's foul. I like the idea.
Yeah, again, I'm sitting here saying use the dirt, put the ball on the ground. I'd like to see it executed, but I've been really proud of what Avery Hodge has done in the box. She's had good at-bats.
She's been good. She has one of the 8 Sooner hits. Here comes the 3-2. Line drive down the right field line. It's fair. It's into the corner. Nobody's there. Hodge rounds first. She's off to second. It's a 1-out double, and the tying run for the Sooners is in scoring position on a double down the line by Avery Hodge.
Right on cue. Talking about how great her at-bats have been. Doesn't get much bigger than that one right there.
Jada Coleman is 1 for 2. Has reached her last 2 times. Singled in the second, walked in the fourth. What a moment for the senior. Tiare Jennings waits on deck. First pitch to Jada. Pops it up on the left side. First pitch swinging. Wallace goes out, makes the catch. Oh. She saw something she liked and just got under it. And now with 2 outs, it'll be down to Tiare Jennings to try to tie this game.
That pitch was pretty fat. I mean, I get the aggressiveness because it was a fat pitch and just...
Tim Parker. Who's Tim Parker? Tim Walton. Tim Parker is our engineer over at Westwood One. I'm sorry. Tim Walton's going to make his way out to the circle. And Patty Gasso is going to chat with Tiare Jennings. Big spot here with 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. Sooners down a run.
And I think what I really like about this is Ella Parker and what she's done today and what she did in game 1 yesterday protects Tiare Jennings here, because you don't want to face Ella Parker. You don't want to face Jennings in this spot either.
Right.
But it takes the idea of going, hey, put her on and let's go after the freshman. And you don't want to face Parker. You got to go after Tiare. I think. I mean, what's the answer here? What do you think, Plank? I don't think there's a good one.
I don't think I would pitch to Tiare Jennings.
Yeah.
I don't think I would let your best player beat you.
I don't disagree.
But since that first inning double, she's popped out twice. She flied out to left and flied out to short. Avery Hodge is at second. It looks like they are going to pitch to her. Ella Parker is back in the on-deck circle after leaving for a moment with a collision with Skylar Wallace at second base. Here we go. First pitch to Tiare Jennings is a ball low and away.
And I think that's going to be about where they throw her. I think they're going to try to get Tiare to chase. And if they put her on, so be it. And you try to go after Parker.
Ball 2.
I get it. And I think if you're Florida, you don't have a good option here, which is awesome if you're a Sooner fan.
2 balls and no strikes. Big pitch for Jennings. That's way up. Now 3-0. And it looks like they don't want to have anything to do with Tiare Jennings here. And they'll deal with hot-hitting Ella Parker instead. Ball 4. All right. Here you go, kid. Let's go, sweet baby.
I get it, and I agree, Plank. I mean, you don't let your best player beat you, but, man, Ella Parker and the way that she's seen the ball, I like this spot. When you start to get to points, and I don't mean this in a deserve to win literally, right? But you start to get to points, if you can't capitalize on these situations, you don't deserve to win the ball game, right? And here we go.
Wagering back into the lineup for Oklahoma.
And here's Ella Parker.
Number 5.
She's 2 for 3 on the day. Last year, Stanford walked Jada Coleman to pitch to Tiare Jennings. This year, Florida walks Tiare Jennings to get to the freshman Ella Parker. First pitch in for a strike.
It's a dangerous spot. That pitch was about belt high, middle in.
She puts it there again. Ella Parker is going to put the Sooners on top.
Yep.
Here's the pitch. Parker lines one into center field. It's down for a hit. Bobbled. Here comes Hodge. We are tied. We are tied. Ella Parker delivers in the clutch, and the Sooners have knotted it up at 5 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Pick your poison. Just like we talked about, don't let Jennings do it, but Ella Parker has been so good. And that's about as clutch as you can get, but job not done. Big spot here for Alyssa Brito.
First and second, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 5. Listen to Devin Park. This place is going crazy. Parker at first, Jennings at second. Brito's 1 for 3 with a double. Jennings trying to get her to calm down as she takes strike 1. TRA from second base was motioning towards the plate. Settle down, settle down.
And I really want to see Brito stay within herself here. Don't try to do too much. You don't need a big monster hack.
0-1. She had one there, though, and fouled it back. 0-2.
Get something you can handle, especially in an 0-2 count here, and just get a job done. I'm going to go back. Situational hitting, what I talked about yesterday, something that was missing.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to Brito with runners at first and second. Line drive, right field, and it's caught. Oh, she hit it too hard, and we'll head to the 7th inning, knotted up at 5, and Florida will be bringing the heart of the lineup to the plate in Otis, Erickson, and Walsh. But the freshman is clutch. It is 5-all as we head to the 7th.
And
on her 3rd hit of the game.
I think there's going to be a lot of people questioning of, oh man, you walked Jennings to get to Parker, who's kind of killed you all day.
Right.
But I understand it, because had they not, and Jennings gets the hit, you're going, why didn't you walk Jennings? I mean, I get it, but what a clutch moment for Ella Parker.
Every time the Sooners have answered Florida, the Gators have countered.
Yep.
They have not led as Oklahoma at all in the 2 games that they played against each other. Got to hold Florida here. First pitch way outside, ball 1 to Otis. And if you haven't been with us all weekend, you know the DJ Sanchez theory. Don't walk the leadoff hitter after you just either tied it up or took the lead. Careful with Otis, though. She is dangerous. Reached on a fielder's choice, is struck out and grounded out to 3rd. She is 0 for 3, 9 home runs on the season. There's a grounder to the right side, charged by Hodge, throws to first, 1 out.
It's a big out, big pitch coming from Kelly Maxwell.
Now batting catcher number 8.
Got to be careful here.
Erickson.
She has 1 of the 4 hits for Florida. That was a first inning 2-run home run, and you know she'd love nothing more than to have the go-ahead opportunity against her former team as the first pitch misses low, ball 1. Oh, Kinsey Hansen has now thrown about 3 balls into center field. Wanted to make sure they roughed that ball up a little bit for Kelly Maxwell. That 2-run home run was an absolute shot. There's the 1-0, blowing into him. 5-5, we're in the top of the 7th inning. In this classic between the Gators and the Sooners, with a trip to the championship series on the line. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Boy, ball 3, and it wasn't even close. Reagan Walsh waits on deck. She's homered as well today. Not many people sitting in either the Florida or the Sooner section right now. Here's the 3-0 pitch. There's a strike, 3-1. Not truly many people sitting around the stadium. I see guys out there in left field. The smart ones up on the top railing in left, right, center, and right. Maxwell behind 3-1. Here's the pitch to Erickson. Strike 2. Erickson thought it was ball 4 and started to jog towards first base.
Got a little bit of a gift there. It's a good pitch. It was out. Time to battle. Make a pitch.
Here comes the 3-2. Maxwell got her swinging, 2 away. Kelly Maxwell works back from a 3-0 count to strike out Jocelyn Erickson, and there's 2 away. It's the 8th strikeout of the game for Maxwell, and her first since the 4th inning. Here's Reagan Walsh.
And just pulled the string. What a big-time pitch.
5-5, top of the 7th. Walsh flied out to center in the 1st, homered in the 3rd, walked in the 5th. Bats here with nobody on and 2 outs in the 7th of a tie game. First pitch from Maxwell, check swing, foul, strike 1. This game has had a little bit of everything. See if Maxwell could get the Sooners to the bottom half. 0-2 as it's fouled off.
You can just feel the gravity with every pitch.
Everybody standing now. Doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter who you're rooting for. This is one of those out-of-your-seat moments in this game. The 0-2. Line drive, left field, Boone's got it. 1, 2, 3. The Sooners are a run away from headed back to the championship series. Oklahoma heads to the bottom of the 7th, tied at 5. They have not led in the semifinals. They have trailed Florida every inning. Trailed or tied.
I like our odds here. I do.
Sooners have had just one true walk-off this year, and that was Kinsey Hansen against Miami of Ohio in the Loves Field Open. But, as you like to say, don't try to do too much.
No, don't try to do too much. And again, if it's there, drive it, right? Especially with this wind, but you can't lift the ball, right? Balls leave the yard because you put good swings on the ball. So string a couple things together, find a way to get a job done, and if it's there, hit the mistake.
First pitch, strike. Every team has always had kind of a message, kind of a charge, kind of a push. This team has talked about shattering the glass ceiling, doing what's never been done, but yet having joy in the journey. The 0-1 is in the dirt. The journey has been a joy, littered with heartburn this year.
Tell you what, though,
especially today.
Yeah, what a game, though.
1 ball, 1 strike to Hansen. 5-5 game. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and time is called as the pitch clock got down to 3.
Then it should have been a ball.
Anytime this thing gets close to 0, our home plate umpire is granting a timeout.
So I'm starting to wonder.
Nope, now we've got another pitch watch issue.
So I'm starting to wonder, and I don't think this is the case, but if sometimes there's like, it's a violation. You're like, no, my watch isn't working.
Right.
I mean,
and we've seen it throughout the year, right?
Yeah.
They've allowed it. They've been a little bit giving on it. They sure weren't with Taryn Kern.
No, they weren't.
I
mean,
here's the 1-1 pitch to Kinsey Hansen. Fires it foul down the right side. And Hansen is behind on the count of ball and 2 strikes. Everyone standing. If you were sitting in the bottom half, top half of the 7th, you're not anymore. Here's the 1-2 pitch, way outside, 2-2.
good discipline. curious to see if Hansen's going to be sitting a little bit later. Rothrock's been using that off speed.
Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Hansen in the dirt, ball 3.
There was that off-speed pitch. Just not executed well, like we've seen Rothrock do it here in the last couple of innings.
Full count to Kinsey Hansen in the bottom of the 7th. Grounded to the left side. Wallace deep in the hole. Long throw. Got her. 1 away. Here's Riley Boone. Our partner, here's Cassidy Pickering. Riley Boone on deck. Pickering grounded into a double play to end the 1st. Singled and scored on the Sid Sanders 2-run home run in the 4th. Walked her last plate appearance in the 5th. 5-5 game, bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Pickering. She hammers deep to right center field. It hits off the base of the wall. Pickering slides in with a 1-out double, and the winning and championship series clinching run is on second base with 1 out for Riley Boone.
What a stud. Man, Cassidy Pickering can play, and she just does it with such composure. And I'll say this, the Sooner freshmen have been big time today. They've been big time all year, but doing it on this stage, unreal.
First pitch to Boone is up and away, or they're not walking Boone, are they?
It looks that way. They're trying to get a double play ball in order.
The 1-0 is out. 2-0. Erickson is about a good 2 balls off the outside edge where she set up, maybe a third. Don't try to do anything too dramatic here, Boone. Let him walk you. Ooh,
well tight.
That one came in a little bit close to the edge, but it's a 3-0 count. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Riley Boone, and it's an intentional walk, essentially. All right, here we go. What a spot. What a spot for Sid Sanders. Tim Walton's going to come out. Patty Gasso asks for noise from the crowd. You never see that.
That's a first.
You never see that from Coach Gasso. That is outstanding. A late addition to the circle conversation with Tim Walton is his pitching coach, Chelsea Dobbins. All right, let's talk. Message from Patty Gasso to Sid Sanders here.
Get something you can drive. Get something you can handle. I mean, and I think, I'm not sure if this is what Coach Gasso is saying, but enjoy the moment, man. I mean, you can't draw it up much better than this as far as dramatics go. And yes, there's pressure. Yes, there's a lot on the line, but try not to make it too big. Just do your thing. Trust what you've been trained.
I liked your point about embracing this moment.
Yeah.
What an opportunity for Sid Sanders, the winning run, standing at second base. They just walked Riley Boone to keep the double play in order to get to you. You've homered.
Now batting first baseman number 1, Cindy.
Here we go. She's 1 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. If she sees a pitch she likes, she'll attack. Long look by Rothrock at the watch. The first pitch to Sanders is in for strike 1. No balls and a strike. Boy, Rothrock very deliberate in getting the pitch call. She's ready now. Here's the 0-1 to Sanders. Had a cut, fouled and back. No balls and 2 strikes to Sid. Pickering at second, Boone at first. Hodge waits on deck. Tied at 5 with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch way out, 1-2.
We got a little bit of a shift from Florida as well. Second baseman Mia Williams is playing up the middle.
This is how deliberate Rothrock is being in the circle. She just now starts her motion, and she got her swinging. Oh, 2 away for Avery Hodge.
We said it in Hodge's last at-bat, and I don't think that we really gave enough credit of how huge Hodge's at-bat was back in the 6th, but she has really done a good job in the last couple of days of just having quality ABs.
First pitch swinging, and she lifts it to left field, and the play is made, and we'll head to extras. Otis under it, inning over. Here we go to the 8th inning. The Sooner softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway, and the presenting sponsor of the Women's College World Series on the Sooner Sports Network is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma, connecting Oklahomans to quality health care. Before we start extras, the top of the 8th, tied at 5. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is Sooner softball from Learfield.
ABC Delson, a product of Tyler Mead, powered by Parish Devon, official personal injury lawyers of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Visit pepperwinds.com.
Katie Kistler digs in, the hero here for Florida on Thursday night in their 1-zip win over Oklahoma State. First pitch of the 8th is low, ball 1. 142 pitches now for Kelly Maxwell, DJ.
It's been a battle. It's been a battle, but I mean, you look at how this game has gone. She's gotten better as it's gone along. And I think if Kelly Maxwell has shown anything this season,
a check swing, ground ball to third, gobbled up by Brito, throws, got her, bang, bang play at first on that accidental slow roller. We'll take it one away for Ava Brown, who walked, grounded out to third, and walked.
Huge play, but kind of getting back to Maxwell and just the way that she has fought.
I think Tim Wald's going to challenge this.
She was out.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was close.
Florida's challenging an out call at first base. Previous play is under review.
Now Florida's challenging it. This challenge is brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. Get a good look at it here. Yeah, she's out by a good step. Good job by Sid Sanders. This should be a quick review.
At the further review, the call on the field is upheld. The runner's out.
Yeah. One away. Hey, if you're Tim Walton, why not? You got one more. That's the first challenge that Florida has had today. There was an umpire challenge on the collision between Wallace and Park. Our reviews are brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all your personal injury needs. All right, Brown digs in. First pitch a little bit out, ball 1. They had that on the gun at 47, so if you've got it synced up, that was not 47 miles an hour.
Had a little more juice than that.
Little more juice than that. Here comes the 1-0 from Maxwell. Bounce to third. Nice play by Brito. 2 away.
You can just see as this game has kind of progressed, lots of ground balls and really kind of feeding the left side of the field. That's the 5th out made from Brito on a ground ball. So just doing a good job of hitting spots.
2-way for Ariel Kowalewski. She homered in the 2nd. Strikeout victim in the 4th. And laid down a sac bunt. Kelly Maxwell now pulls the trick that we've seen quite a bit. Call time before the pitch/action clock expire. She's ready now with the lefty Kowalewski digging in. First pitch, strike. We're in the top of the 8th inning, tied up at 5. 5 runs on 11 hits for the Sooners. Florida, 5 runs on 4 hits. 2 errors for the Gators, 1 for the Sooners. And a spot in the championship series to the winner. The 0-1 is a little bit low, 1-1. That was the ball.
Can't knock the intensity. This is a tense place. I'm looking around at the fans, and it's just, you can just feel everything with every pitch. Pretty awesome to watch.
Here's the 1-1. Hot shot to second. Hodge has it, throws. Inning over. We'll keep it here as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Sooner softball is presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway, and the presenting sponsor of the Women's College World Series on the Sooner Sports Network is Blue Cross Blue Shield of Oklahoma.
I take that back. 3 of them came in the first 3 innings.
Right now. You know that, right?
What have you seen real quick before the Sooners take to the plate? Countdown clock has us still at about 40 seconds before the start of the bottom of the 8th inning. What about the job that we've seen from Kelly Maxwell?
Absolute battle, and she's gotten better as this game has progressed and started a little rough and not hitting great spots. I think that was kind of the issue, and Florida made her pay. Florida made her pay for each miss, and we've seen Maxwell get the ball down, but have quality misses, and then when she's coming on the plate, she's getting that good break through the zone. So good adjustments for Kelly Maxwell as this game has gone on. Hanging zeros. I mean, it's all you can ask for.
Here we go. We're ready to go in the bottom of the 8th inning, tied up at 5. Jada Coleman, 1 for 3, has reached base twice. First pitch, showed bunt, takes the ball low and away.
I like it.
Cool moment caught on camera where her and Alyssa Brito, before she took to the plate, Brito praying over Jada Coleman. This team's something special. Would love to see them end it here in the 8th. Pitch. Right on that outer edge, strike 2. I don't think Coleman liked that too much.
That outside corner's been hit and miss today.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Coleman. A little bit out, 2-1. This kind of just hit me because every so often I'm like, oh, get a scoreboard. Do we have to do this? This is it in the sports world right now.
Yep.
This is it. Oklahoma and Florida for a spot in the championship series against Texas. The 2-1 is hit pretty deep to left field. It is gone. Walking off, Jada Coleman. She is the greatest show on dirt. And her solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning has sent the Sooners to the championship series for a showdown with Texas. Wow! Unbelievable!
What a game. And this Sooner softball team showed what they were made of, and we've seen it throughout the season, but man, I mean, every single facet got challenged today. Jada Coleman. You know, it's almost like she knew it. Did you see her when she was coming in from center field? You could just feel the vibe coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the first lead Oklahoma has had in 15 innings against Florida. And it comes in dramatic walk-off fashion as Jada Coleman sends the Sooners to the championship series. The Red River rivalry will be for all the marbles.